Once upon a time, in the forest, there was a little tiger cub. Lives amongst with a flock of sheep. He ate grass, and he wandered around with the sheep. When he tried to say something, all he came out, it was a little meow, instead of the tiger roar. One day, through the forest, came a large male tiger, and he spotted the sheep. He was happy. Lunch. So he grabbed one, and he noticed there is a baby tiger there. So he asked, "What are you doing here?" The baby tiger was so scared, and he reacted, "Bah!" The male tiger said, "This is so wrong." So he grabbed the baby tiger and rushed to a pond and pushed him over and said, "Look, see the picture, see the face? You are not a sheep, you are a tiger." And then he said, "We need to do something here." So he slayed the sheep, and he grabbed a big chunk of raw meat and then shoveled into the little tiger's mouth. And the little tiger get choked, get gagged, probably pretty much due to the truth. But he went down. So pretty much after a while, he got the energy, and he started the bigger tiger's roar. And eventually, he had a full tiger's roar, and went off with the male tiger.
Awesome.
So Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and the guests. Today we are going to study this story. So how many characters are there in this story?
3.
So they are
Sheep.
sheep, okay, and
The baby cat.
the little tiger, yeah, and then the
Big cat.
male tiger. What does the male tiger do? What did that do? Did you remember?
It's the mentor.
Oh, you jump into mentor, that's good. So what did he do as a mentor for the, I think his subject will be the tiger cub, right?
He showed him who he really was.
Show the fact, okay, and then? And what is the baby tiger react?
He learned.
Surprised.
Surprise, and then he accept, right? He develop. And what does sheep represent?
Food.
So we can go on and on, but I think my point today, because of the time limit, mentoring is the key subject here, and the moral of the story is kind of self-evident that we need a mentor. A mentor can help us identify the things that we ignore or we are not realized that we have, and they will help to develop that character and refine our skill. I remember there is a speaker in Toastmaster history, and he shared his Toastmaster journey with public. And he said he went to a club, and then he met an old man. And the old man tell him, "I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you want to spend 1 hour a week and come here, join us with us, we will find out together." As a result, this young man joined the club, and he ended up to be the 2014 world champion public speaking in Toastmaster.
Dang.
And that's what he said in that competition.
Awesome.
And the good news is, Toastmaster has a program called mentoring, and I want to share this with you. So please hang this up. I only make 9 copies, so some of you probably need to share.
You can have it. You can have it.
We have enough. We have enough. Check it out.
On the first page, actually is my probing questions for everyone. And you can find the answers in the following pages. So you can do this at home as a homework to save time. And the second page is the document in Toastmasters International. You can download from the website for free. And it's document number 1163E. Talks about how to run a mentor program in the club. Explain what is a mentor, and what is a mentee, and what are the procedure and how to launch. So they are very useful. I'm not going to read through all of them. And the interest survey is the probably most important one for the first step. Suggest to do this once a year, and usually we spread it to all the members in the club. And members just fill in the interest. You want to be a mentor or mentee, and is there any area you want to improve or any area you want to learn from. So that's the survey. And once we receive the survey, it is VP of Education's work. VP Education at this moment is like a matchmaker. This person has to match the mentor and mentee together. And of course, there are some variations you can do to make it interesting. But once it's connected, we encourage the mentor and mentee to set up a meeting at the regular meeting or outside the club meeting. And then the club should allocate the time for mentor and mentee to report their progress and then acknowledge the achievement. So this is kind of a quick run of the mentor program. Original presentation is 15 minutes, but I will cut it down to 7. So I think this is just a highlight as a flavor. And you can do this at home. And if our member agree to do this, I'm willing to do the initiation, and then we can run the mentor program in our club as well. So any questions from audience? All right. So if I can have a take-home message for you, and that will be a mentoring program is a program that helps you identify the inside tiger. And we also encourage you to find the tigers of others. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Peter's topic was how to say it. He was working from the Project 4. The objectives are to select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas, and eliminate jargon and unnecessary words and use the correct grammar. His topic was finding the tiger in you and help others find theirs. What I loved about Peter's speech was the stories. When we get up and speak to people, it's the stories that all of a sudden make us connect, and we listen and we hear. And you weren't sure just where he was going with the story, but when you knew, it just made the experience more memorable. Mm-hmm. So mentorship is something that we can all do in our lives and with our children, at the workplace, wherever we are. And so I loved that part of connecting his stories with the mentoring program here. It's something that we haven't really built up, but I can see where the benefit definitely would come in. Did the speaker avoid jargon and unnecessary words? Yes, I think he did really well at that. I loved his expression, your use of your body and your hands, and even the sounds and varying the tone of your voice with the meow, so it was fun. So I think that's what I really liked about it. The humor was really fun, and that makes it more relatable too. They always ask when you present these evaluations is what could the speaker have done differently to make the speech more effective? And at first I was like, gosh, I really don't know that there was anything. The only thing that I could think of was, and I don't know that he even has this experience yet, but would be to, thank you, use somebody in our program that maybe mentored somebody else, and to illustrate how that person went through the mentorship and where the person was in the beginning versus the end, because then it would have been a personal story in our group. But we don't have that yet, so I will encourage us to maybe reach for that story. And well done, Peter. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
That's awesome. Exactly.